Hello, today we're going to talk about WH words plus to-infinitive plus verb to. And the objective is students will be able to use the correct form of verb after WH words in a sentence. So we've got W 加 infinitive 再加動詞嘅句式嘅。
For example, when to hold the meeting has not been decided. The question is who to elect. This kind of noun phrase can function as a subject or an object of a sentence.
And now we're going to be talking about verbs plus WH clauses. Some verbs can be followed by the clause beginning with WH word, and that includes how, what, when, where, which, who, or why. Other verbs like this include arrange, calculate, check, choose, debate, determine, discover, discuss, establish, find out, forget, guess, imagine, know, learn, notice, plan, realize, remember, say, see, talk about, think about, understand, wonder. These patterns are common in spoken and written English.
For example, that might explain why he's looking unhappy. Let's consider how we can solve the problem. I couldn't decide which train I ought to catch.
Note, these verbs can also be followed by the WH word except Y plus to-infinitive.
Also note, among the WH words, why isn't used in WH infinitives, but how is. For example, we can say how to do it, but we can't say why to do it.
This can be confusing to students if we use the term WH infinitive, since Y has the WH spelling, but how doesn't.
Why is it that we can say how to do it, but we can't say why to do it? We can only ask why do it. So if we can ask why do it to mean why should I do it?
For example, I don't understand what to do.
She calculated how much to pay on the back of an envelope.
But notice that if we change the subject in the WH clause, we cannot use a to-infinitive.
For example, I can't imagine what you like about jazz, but not I can't imagine what to.
Some verbs must have an object before the WH clause. Other verbs like this include advise, inform, instruct, teach, warn, remind, tell.
For example, she reminded me where I had to leave the papers. We told Derek and Linda how to get to our new house.
Be careful, the verbs ask and show often have an object before a WH clause, but not always.
For example, I asked how I could get to the station, and he told me.
These verbs can also be followed by an object plus WH word plus to-infinitive.
For example, she taught me how to play chess. I showed him what to look for when he was buying a second-hand car.
We can often use the way instead of how.
For example, have you noticed the way he spins the ball, or how he spins the ball?
Whether. We can use whether as the WH word in a WH clause when we want to indicate that something is possible, but that other things are also possible. Whether has a similar meaning to if.
For example, he couldn't remember whether he had turned the computer off. Can you find out whether she's coming to the party or not?
Whether can be followed by the to-infinitive, but if is never used before a to-infinitive. Verbs that are often followed by whether plus to-infinitive include choose, consider, debate, decide, determine, discuss, know, wonder.
For example, they have 14 days to decide whether to keep it or send it back.
Meanings of reported speech. It's not always easy to figure out the exact words that the speaker used when you hear his or her words secondhand. At some point, when teaching reported speech, we need to explain that there's a degree of interpretation. The person reporting must accurately convey the meaning, but this doesn't necessarily have to use the same structures. Models in questions can often be reported using WH infinitives. One source explains that the WH infinitive, also called the infinitive WH clause, is used with an obligational sense.
Obligation, where should I go, is equal to he asked where to go or he asked where he should go. Possibility, how can I call without a cell phone, equals to he asked how to call without a cell phone or he asked how he could call without a cell phone.
Be careful that the difference between the pairs of sentences below. The first has a WH clause with whether, and the second one has a that clause.
For example, I didn't know whether the university was shut, equals to if the university was shut or not. I didn't know that the university was shut suggests that the university was shut. We couldn't see whether he was injured, equals to if he was injured or not. We couldn't see that he was injured suggests that he was injured.
Alright, here's the task. Task 1. Combine the following sentences into the pattern using WH words and an infinitive. Question 1. Do you think I should participate in the contest? I'm not certain about it.
Question 2. Who should we talk to first? It is a problem. It has become a daily topic of discussion.
Question 3. We cannot decide where we can live. This is a problem.
Question 4. It is very important to know that what we are going to say at the meeting, we must know it.
Question 5. We have problems coping with the high cost of living.
Question 6. Where will we sell the products? This is the first thing we have to explain to the director.
Question 7. Where can we find the financial aid? This is seen as a problem.
Question 8. Which book should he read in the summer vacation? He had no idea.
Question 9. What should she do next? She is not sure.
Question 10. Whom should he trust? He could not tell it.
Here's the answer keys. Task 1. Question 1. I'm not certain whether to participate in the contest or not.
Question 2. Who to talk to first has become a daily topic of discussion.
Question 3. This is a problem to decide where to live.
Question 4. We must know what to say at the meeting.
Question 5. We have problems how to cope with the high cost of living.
Question 6. Where to sell the products is the first thing we have to explain to the directors.
Question 7. Where to find the financial aid is seen as a problem.
Question 8. He had no idea which book to read in the summer vacation.
Question 9. She is not sure what to do next.
Question 10. He could not tell whom to trust.
You can use a preposition plus a relative pronoun plus an infinitive. I had nobody to talk with about the abuse. A. He has nobody with whom to talk. B. I had nobody with whom to talk about the abuse. C. I had nobody whom I could talk with about the abuse. D. I had nobody with whom I could talk about the abuse.
Question 2. A. I wondered whom to talk with about the abuse. B. I wondered with whom to talk about the abuse. C. I wondered who I should talk with about the abuse. D. I wondered with whom I should talk about the abuse.
Here's the exercise. Complete the following by proofreading the sentences. First one. I don't understand what to do with the warning letter.
2. She calculated how much to paying on the back of an envelope.
3. They have 14 days to decide whether keep 3 free gift or send it back.
4. Can you find out whether she's coming to the party or not?
5. That cake was good. It was exactly what she used to make. Answers. First one. I don't understand what to do with the warning letter.
2. She calculated how much to pay on the back of the envelope.
3. They have 14 days to decide whether to keep free gift or send it back.
4. Can you find out whether she's coming to the party or not?
5. That cake was good. It was exactly what to choose to make.
Fans, fans, fans.